Oh, sorry.
That is what it is.
Oh, no. How am I gonna say no?
I know that.
There's not there. I usually sit next to you.
Sit right there.
No.
Yeah.
Sit right there.
Someone else gets
You
mine.
actually remember.
I love your GoPro.
Thank you.
Makes me feel very emotional.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
I can't believe you're wearing talking slides.
It's true.
What is wrong with you?
We're gonna get over here now.
At least his dog is ready to get over there. If I just sprayed it. Yeah. All of them, you look.
Why are you blaming Emma for things? She didn't do it. Emma wouldn't do that.
I like your camera.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for
Makes
pointing
you
out
feel
my flaws. They're
Yeah.
terrible. I don't like it.
Maybe you should try taking off the scarf or putting it back on to cover.
Yeah, my problem is that I use it too much. Use it way too much.
Oh, no. It's okay. You can just cover it up.
I wanted to. No, yeah. I have to hold my tear. Okay, I'll just.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started, and how tonight's gonna go, listen up. How tonight's gonna go is we are going to is there enough? Okay, I was like, poor Malachi does not have enough seats. Poor Emma, nobody's sitting next to Emma on this.
Oh, no, that does not bother me at all. That is fine.
I can cover it. I can cover them both.
Are you, okay, well, all right, so, anyway. How's everybody doing?
Yay.
Last I checked, last night, okay, there was a message that went out last night. And some of you, your parents said you weren't able to come. Some of you did get to come. Some of you others just were like, no, I don't want to go. I'm not saying who or anybody like that.
Your eyes tell everything.
So yeah, the Coke Zero did not want to go because that's what I was looking at for.
No,
Anyway.
I saw you glancing around.
But we had a lot of fun last night. The video, it's kind of funny. The video that I posted on our Southside Baptist Students page to our reels. It's got like hundreds of likes, and I'm just like amazed at that. I'm like, that is crazy.
Clout.
So
Really? I gotta go see.
it was like 260 something.
When do I get?
260. Oh, boy.
So
That's impressive.
if you are not following Southside Baptist Students Damascus, you should, because we're going viral. No, I'm
Okay,
just
first I
kidding.
have a
Anyway,
question.
So,
What-
but it was a lot of fun last night. We had a good time. Y'all dressed up and looked very nice. And now the expectation is you'll get dressed up for church. So there you go. That's how that works, right? If you wore a tie to Minions, you have to wear a tie to Sunday. Is that right? No. I'm just kidding. So we need to talk about a couple things before we move any further. First off, road trip. Road trip.
What is road trip?
Road trip is such a fun-filled delight. It could be a road trip to a garbage dump. It could be a road trip to the beach. It Could be a road trip to Jared's house,
Yeah.
to where we break all of his Legos and then we'll just leave. Fun for us, not so much for Jared. Jared just died a little bit on the inside.
Your Legos are
Just
nice.
kidding. I would never do that. Would never. It could be a road trip to go swimming and shopping and what else did you say, Emery? I mean, it could be that.
Daddy, what type of
It could be a bowling trip. It could be that. So
Another one?
if you went last year, we kind of started this last year with like this bowling night. Except I thought instead of, because y'all were, flipping out over stuff. So I thought I would just call it a road trip. And you don't know where we're going. Your parents know where you're going.
Uh-oh.
Now, here's the deal. If you happen to find out where you're going, don't say anything to anybody.
Do
Keep the
not
secret.
spill the tea.
Do not spill the tea. And do not be like, hey, Richard, I know where we're going. Just be like, I don't care.
Hey, Richard.
So don't do that, okay? Let's keep it a secret, if you happen to know. Let's keep it a secret. Because it's just fun about it. So, we are, by the way, we are staying the night. It's July 22nd. We are staying the night somewhere.
Oh,
And that's all I'll say about that.
Is it gonna be comfy?
Well, it depends on how you make your life comfortable.
Not on the floor.
Because like I've told you before, a park bench is a really nice hotel room.
I like outside with 5-star room service.
Are we
And
gonna get
depends on where the
equal
hotel
ones?
bench or where the park bench is, you might find a show of some people digging holes for no weird reason at all.
Probably high.
Anyway, so if there's questions, have your mom or dad talk to me. I met with parents today, I'm posting, so anyway, they'll know that. Anyway, yes, we're gonna be leaving in the morning on Friday.
This Friday?
So we'll be leaving in the morning on Friday. We'll be returning Saturday early evening.
22nd, next Friday.
It's next Friday, the 22nd and 23rd. Not this Friday, next Friday. So,
What do you mean?
it's been on the calendar since it came out. Then we have a serve opportunity August 5th. Listen very carefully to me because I want to explain what this is. There is an organization called Feed My Starving Children. They are, and that sounds weird, sounds like a weird title, but what they do is they provide meals for people, for kids, for families all over the world that are in desperate need. One of the biggest needs that we have right now is the need in Ukraine. And so they are doing a feeding event to where on August 5th, we're gonna get to go and help pack meals. The goal, it's gonna be a weekend event. We're just going on a Friday. The goal for the whole entire event, which is the 5th, 6th, and 7th, but the goal is to pack 250,000 meals. And these are these small, and I think I've shown maybe one or two of y'all. I'm gonna bring it next week and let y'all look at it. It's these protein pack sort of meals, these ration sort of meals that are very nutritious, but can feed up to 5 people, feed up to a whole family. And we're gonna be packing them and doing that on August 5th. I have done this event like three or four times in the past with other groups. I can promise you it's a lot of fun. It's a great time. You get to learn more about what it is that Feed My Starving Children is doing. We're going to be packing these meals for Ukraine. It doesn't cost you anything except your food. We're going to be doing it for 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30. We're going to try to leave here about 5:45 or 5:30. It is a Friday, but if you're working for whatever reason, if you're working on that Friday and like Richard, it's 5:15. Richard, please don't leave. I'm not gonna leave you. Okay. So, but if you want to go, sign up starts tonight. I'll be having signups up until the Wednesday before the 5th. So
Probably not much like that.
that's an evening. Yes.
That's
That
a
is
great question.
that is a really good question. That is not a dumb question. You are beautiful and amazing.
You are now.
You know that? So. But if I can push you guys, this is a great opportunity for you to look outside of yourself. It's a great opportunity for you to, here it is, Jesus calls us to put the needs of others ahead of our own, ahead of our wants, our desires, our things. This is a good opportunity for you to do that. We're doing a lot of fun things. And by the way, if I can just kind of get on my box a little bit and I'll get off. There are those of you that have been coming to lots of events. You're here every event, and that's awesome. There are those of you that have come to a couple events, and that's great. I'm glad that you come. There are those of you that, for whatever the reason is, you're not coming to any. I would love to see those of you who are not coming to things show up to some of these things. Come to the Feed My Starving Children. Go with us and float the buffalo. When we have our selfless retreat, which is getting moved, go on. Come be a part of what we're doing. I don't ask anybody to come to every event. But for some of you even stop coming on Sunday nights. Stop doing it. Be a part of what we're doing. Experience what we're doing. I realize that some of you, maybe it's whatever. I get there's legit reasons. But I just want to see you. I feel like it is so important for us to be together and to do things together. Last night was a great thing for us to get to do. I would love to see some more of us do things like that. Tonight's gonna be a lot of fun. I'd love to see more of us come and engage and be a part. I mean, it's hard to be a part of something if you barely come to it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to y'all? So that's all I want to say. I'm gonna get out my box now. So, anyway, thanks for coming on TED Talk. But anyway, now here's the deal tonight for the rest of the night. For the rest of the night, it is Camp Share. Okay, we're going to sing a couple songs of worship. One song we sing all the time here, a lot here. Another song is a song we sung at camp. I'm going to be singing with you guys. And then we're going to have our Camp Share, and it's going to be panel discussion. And so those four that I've talked to that have either volunteered or had said to me, I would love to come do it, or the ones that I asked, hey, can you come do this? You're going to come up here, you're going to sit down, and you're going to have to talk loud because the microphone for you guys is going to come through here. This is being like we do every other Wednesday. It's going to be on YouTube. Okay. So, but here's the deal. Our YouTube views, like the most views we ever got was like 38, and that was like 2 years ago. Okay. So don't be like, oh my gosh, it's on YouTube. That means everybody's going to know. No, more than likely, maybe 2 people will watch it. So that's just how it is.
2 people will like it.
Do what?
One of them might be you.
Or it just, yeah, you might be the one to be like, oh, look at me. I brush my teeth. Anyway, so, but we're going to sing some songs. I'm going to ask you questions. And then I have a video of all of you guys and all the experiences for those of you that didn't go to camp. Slideshow. So, all right. So anyway, Crystal or Christy, can y'all get the lights? Y'all stand up and let's sing songs of worship together.
Oh,
I gotta make sure. I just realized something. That would be. All right. Just a minute. I'm not hearing sound. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I'm not hearing any sound.
This audio quality is great. Really took these out. I'm tired of seeing that. No, it doesn't.
Not that hard.
Oh, I just realized.
Oh, good. Is that my father? Yeah.
Have people called crawfish crawdad? Crawdad.
It's a word. It's crawdad. No, it's crawdad.
You're going to a crawfish bowl.
No, it's not.
Crawfish and crawdad. Same thing.
No, but the word crawdad is so other. I don't.
I can hear it.
Somebody just said crawdad, that's funny.
We're talking about crawfish or crawdad?
Yeah, is it crawfish?
It's like a man.
There y'all go.
Like a man.
All right, y'all go ahead and stand up. Let's try this again. All right, y'all sing this. Come, let us bow at his feet. He has done great things. See what our Savior has done. See how his love overcomes. He has done great things. He has done great things. You conquered the grave, you free every captive and break every encourage us tonight, Father. Thank you, Lord, as we're about to sing one more song, Father. Pray that you just continue to be with us tonight. Pray that you just speak to us, Father, as we hear the stories of camp and as we share together, Lord. In the name I pray. Amen. All right, we're going to sing Lean Back. That's a song we sang at camp. It's just a beautiful song. This version's a little bit different, but here we go. Speak to you as well. So I'll still stay. love us, that you care for us, and that you desire to give us rest. You desire to give us moments to where we can breathe and just be with you, Father. And that's what camp was to so many of us just a couple weeks ago, Father. Lord, I pray that as we share our experience, and as we share and tell stories and share memories, Father, that you remind us that you desire to be in relationship with us. You desire to even have moments to where you pull us away and just spend time, just you and us. So in your name I pray, amen. All right, y'all can be seated. So, all right. So if you said to me, yeah, super bright lights, always.
It's hot.
Huh? I'm doing that after this. If you were on the panel, if you said, hey, I want to share, you please come up here now. I think it was Allison, it was Ethan, it was Leah. Logan, you want to share too? All right, you'll have to grab a chair and just put it on the end. So y'all make some noise for our volunteers that want to share. This is a big and brave sort of thing. So, trying to think, it might be better to pass the mic, maybe? Or no? Here's the deal. You can either just speak loud, or we can show the mic. Can you all agree to speak loud? Like loud or normal? All right, so we have Logan, we have Leah, we have Allison, we have Ethan, and we have Braden, aka Bray. Anyway, so they volunteered to come and share their experience. Now, any of you guys out here that went to camp and didn't say I want to share, you're welcome to still share if you want to. It's up to you. Y'all should know me by now that I don't really call out people. I don't like single them out and expect you to do things. Jacob is looking at me weird, but Jacob, here's the thing. You always do this. I mean, so if I ever say to you, I know that you do it because you like to do it. So if you're definitely one that gets, I don't do that. So anyway, all right. So let me ask you guys this. All right. What were your thoughts about camp before you went?
I'll go first.
You're welcome to come up here.
Fine.
Wait,
Yeah,
really?
I'll join the
Oh,
camp.
y'all make some noise for Leah or for Emery. She's gonna share. She's gonna sit next to Leah and be the friend. Pass the mic. All right, so we're gonna pass the mic. Here, take the mic
Oh, me
and
first?
pass it. No, I think who we're gonna pass it to. Let's start at Logan. We'll go Logan and move down here. Does that sound good, girls?
Yeah. Let the boys start
Logan
doing
is a
something.
brave soul. He's like, all right, Logan, share very briefly, like your thoughts about camp before you went. Like, what were you like? You never been, so what were you thinking?
I was thinking it was gonna be similar to Cold Springs, but it was a lot bigger than Cold Springs.
There you go.
And, the chapel, building was a lot bigger, and the speakers, in my opinion, were better.
Oh, okay. All right. Who else wants to share? What were your thoughts about before camp? Go ahead.
So at first I thought, this will be a neat experience. And I saw how huge it was and I was like, oh, it's gonna be not centered around spiritual growth. It's gonna be centered around, because I read the website and there was 15 different things that you could do. I was like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Are they gonna center around the fun stuff, or are they gonna just, have a good balance of both, or just kind of focus spiritual stuff? And so I was a little skeptical to be honest, but I was surprised, because I've been to camps before, and it's there's more of a focus on the stuff there and not spiritual growth. That's what I thought before.
All right, awesome. Right. What were your thoughts?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gone to Cold Springs my whole life, even before I was allowed to go, really. I've been going with my brothers. So at first I was kind of doubting it, not wanting to go, just being a Debbie Downer, really. thought how, oh, I'm gonna miss this camp so much, like this is about to be like a huge like withdrawal. But then as we got closer to time, I was like, well, I bet if I just have a good attitude and go into it with a good attitude and have fun, then it'll probably be better. So
Awesome. Allison, what about you?
Okay, so I've always been to Cold Springs too, like my whole life. And I knew I was gonna miss it, but I was really super excited to go somewhere new and meet new people. And the fact that there were so many people there was kind of intimidating, but I loved it at the same time. Like I had pretty high expectations for Camp Silo, and all of them, like, it just went beyond like all my expectations. So it was nice.
All right, Leah, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was gonna be a lot like Cold Springs, but it was bigger and more, there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I was super nervous. I was super nervous. But I enjoyed it. I really did. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. There was 900 people there.
What?
Really?
There's a lot of people. Yep.
What?
Yep.
It's not 900 people plus the workers, so it's
Too many people.
So there was 1,000 people. Yeah, but 900 campers. Yeah, go ahead, Amber. What were your thoughts?
Okay, so at first I did not want to go at all. Like, I just wanted to stay home and sleep in. And then Brayden told me, he was like, oh, well, you should go and like try something new. And so I ended up going, obviously. And at first I was like, oh, it's just gonna be a bunch of rich snobs that are just jerks and not nice people. But then I went and made so many new friends that are so nice. And it was a lot of fun. It was very different from Cold Springs, but it was so good. And it was a lot more revolved. What is the word? It was a lot more surrounded around growing in faith and not just the games and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Richard,
Go ahead. Yeah.
am I allowed to come up here?
You can come up there, or you can,
I
yeah.
wanted to
If you want to come up here, you
Yeah.
gotta ask all the questions.
Okay, I
Or
can do
we
that.
can pass the mic around here too, and I can just kind of do this and just spin the camera too.
No.
So
No, I can.
Allie just looked at me like, ooh. But did you want to answer?
Sure.
You can
Do I-
just, you
do
can
I-
answer out there, answer out there.
Okay.
We hand it here.
You get the mic.
Okay, perfect. Well, at first,
there you go.
okay, at first I was kind of like, I'd never been to a camp before, so I had no idea what to expect. But at the same time, I also expected there to be nothing. I had the lowest expectations for it. And so I was like, okay, this is gonna be kind of boring. And then we went, and I had my entire opinions sent to the corner.
Mhm.
And it was fun. I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm already in the camera lens.
All right.
Give me the
All right, go ahead,
mic.
share, go ahead, share.
Okay. Okay. So I was super duper nervous because I'm not really, I don't like a lot of people. I mean, that came out right. Like, I don't like being around a lot of people at once. Like, I have these, like, I like you, I like you, I like you. Like, it's, yeah. It's like,
You like a selective few.
yeah. Yeah, I don't like crowds. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. I don't like crowds. And so we went into that auditorium for the first time, and music is like a big thing for me. And I was like, holy cow, I'm gonna love this place. And then I never changed my mind.
Hype was so fun.
All right, so hype was fun.
Hype was
All right.
amazing.
Well, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to share some more about that. And this one, and a couple of you can just, a couple of you, it doesn't have to be everybody. But what was camp about? Who wants to answer that question, Hale?
I guess.
What do you mean?
You want to answer that? Like, what was like the
Restate the
theme?
question.
What was the theme of camp? What was it about? Like, how did you what was
The theme
camp?
of camp was steampunk.
Steampunk, all right? There's steampunk, which steampunk is what? What is steampunk?
Like trains.
Trains and technology and,
Advancements.
Yeah. yeah. And do what?
I said Renaissance era tech, but further.
Renaissance era tech, yes.
Good words. What was the question?
So, but what was like steampunk about? What was it surrounding about? Like, what was
the
it?
camp surrounded around?
Yeah, it was steampunk, but what was it about? Like what?
It was
Like the
like
story, right?
telling the story from, like, to make this story more understandable for some people. Paul.
Paul, yes, yes. It's
The life
about
of
Paul,
Paul.
right? The life of Paul. Very good.
It,
Very good, Emery. Shout out to Allie.
it made it easier to understand because they put it in like perspective of like watching it and stuff, like, yeah.
So did they
Like, you
do,
could
how did
see
they show it? Did they show it as of a movie? What was it? What was it?
That was not a good pick for the first one. Yeah, Allison.
What was it? You did good. You did great.
So they would do like skits every day, and the skits, it was reflecting the life of Paul. But this guy, you know how Paul, he persecuted Christians, and he was a really bad man at the start of the story. Then he changed his name to Saul and he became a Christian. And in this play, opposite, he changed his name to Paul.
Yes,
He changed
yes,
his
you
name
did.
to Paul, Saul to Paul.
Saul Paul,
And
that's right.
This guy in the story, what was his name?
His name was Phineas.
His name was Phineas.
Phineas Fartington or
And he changed
Farthington.
his name.
Fartington.
Yes. And he changed it. What did he change his name to?
They're just finished.
I think
I don't think he ever changed.
yeah, I think he did just keep his name as Phineas.
Okay, well, at the beginning of the story, he was for trains and trains only, and that was kind of when the theme of steampunk, like, and all these people were trying to get him to convert his ways and to airplanes,
Very good, very good. Yes.
and he did
awesome.
towards the end of the story.
And he
changed
did,
his
he
ways
did, yeah.
and accepted the new.
Yeah.
Era.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Good job. All right. And so you saw this played out. You saw it played out in a skit every night, and there was some like video clips as well, and they were all performed by the staff at camp, and it was really cool to see it put together, and it was just amazing. And so you got to see the Book of Acts and Paul's life played out in this steampunk sort of story. Ethan, were you going to add something to it?
So I thought that the story, I thought it was really like cool. How it wasn't just like Christianified like fiction, you know?
Yeah.
Like VeggieTales. It wasn't like that. No,
Not that there's nothing wrong with VeggieTales. He's not saying there's something wrong with VeggieTales. All right, so go on with your answer. Go on.
I thought it was cool how it was done in like allegory, kind of like
Yeah.
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe, and like, you know, it wasn't just like Phineas Farthington stop killing people. That's very bad. It was like, it wasn't like God.
Right. It was a compelling story
Yeah.
that drew you in. All right, awesome.
Yeah, and I just thought it was
Cool.
also I'm kind of sad. My favorite
I'm sorry, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me ask you this question, and just a couple of you can answer. You can just shout it out. You don't have to wait your turn. Just shout it out. Well, not at the same time, but which was your favorite late night event? We had several late night events. One was game. They're all some sort of game. What was y'all's favorite?
The Cropster.
The Cropster. Okay. And
Watching the trash can. What was it called?
Kajabi.
Kajabi. Watching that
Yes.
was insane.
that was crazy watching. It's Kajabi tug of war to where like you are holding on to a rope
For dear
and
life.
in both hands, and you're holding on for dear life. And several of our, if you did Kajabi tug of war, please stand up. If
No
you
one stand up.
participated in it, please stand up. These guys are next level legends. Good job.
No
on
one got,
doing that.
no one got
So-
pulled around by two.
But go ahead.
Okay, I loved the game. One downfall to where I was between a 6'4" giant and a short little hoss dude. So I was getting yanked around.
Yeah.
And there toward the end, I was doing great, and then I tripped and
Yeah.
was about to eat dirt, and I didn't want to eat dirt, so I just let go.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No one
Yeah.
did.
Noah held on so tight that he went sledding at one point.
Literally.
And he survived until like the final, what, 5, 10?
It was like 10-ish.
I mean, that was just amazing. Ethan got out in a weird technicality.
Got cheated out. Like,
He's still a little salted about that. Logan, did you want to share something?
I don't understand.
What?
The cropster hunt was also my favorite, but,
Yeah.
another good one that I didn't take part in it was, the jockey tug of war.
Yeah, that was a lot of
I didn't
fun.
take part in it, like, I was too late.
All right. The cropster was, somebody explain what the cropster is as brief and as, do what? Crab lobster, AKA also known as Jeffrey. Okay, so
Those definitely.
So they had these cropster stuffed animals, okay, and one day they went through our dorms, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did that. Why did they go through dorms? For
To
what?
see who's the dirtiest, who's the
Yeah.
cleanest.
To use dirtiest and cleanest, and the boys, for us, we were the cleanest. The
Yeah.
girls didn't even get videoed.
That didn't even.
Um,
That bathroom was filthy.
So
There's-
I have no idea how we got the cleanest, but we did, and we got cookies, and the cookies were awesome. But in the video, we see this video, and what happens to,
Oh, wait.
go ahead, Silas, share.
Okay.
Close area.
Richard, they went through a dorm like this.
Yeah, they did, and they took pictures and stuff. They held Baby Yoda in their hands. All right, so tell about what happened to Jeffrey, the stuffed crab that you have.
They hate crime Jeffrey. They hate crime Jeffrey, and I hope that one day that Jeffrey, the crawfish lobster, will get his vengeance.
We haven't stopped it.
All right, go ahead, and here, I'll take the mic, all right? Now, let me ask you guys this question, a couple of more questions, and I appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job with this. How did it feel? How did it feel to be worshiping alongside 900 people? A little bit more of a serious question. How did it feel worshiping alongside 900 other people?
Terrifying.
Terrifying?
It was so many people and you're crowded in such like what feels like a tiny space because everybody's like right next to each other. So you're shoulder to shoulder. And some people don't care about space and just like trample you if you're shorter than them. But it's super cool because like you see people that are next to you that are crying, and then you see people next to you that are like hugging their friends and that are like just loving each other because like they're tears of joy because God is just touching their hearts and stuff. It's really cool, but it's also terrifying because there's so many people.
All right, somebody else want to share? Braden?
Leah first.
Do you want to go there?
We'll go, you, Leah, and then Ethan.
I mean, I'll just say, although like, yeah, there was a lot of people in there, I really wasn't even focusing like on the sheer number of people. I was really just putting all my focus toward God himself. But I will say that throughout the whole time, every time we went into worship, you could feel the Spirit of God just like pushing and moving through everyone. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like the more people in one spot, like the stronger and more powerful it becomes. So that's kind of my point of view on that.
I enjoyed worshiping with a lot of people. Because like, it kind of reminded me of those live, like, versions of songs, of worship songs that you can listen to on the radio and on Spotify and stuff. And I just thought it was cool. And kind of like Braden said, I think the more people that are in a worship like place and are worshiping, the better. Because I mean, you don't feel like everyone's watching you as you go up and you go up to the front, you know, because there's just so many people and more than likely a lot more people are going to the front, you know, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, being in the worship room with that many people was really, really super cool for me because it just reminded me that there are actually so many other kids that come to church and that worship just like we do. Like, because sometimes it can get kind of like discouraging when we're here and there's not that many people, and like Sunday night, there's not that many people, and it can't, like, you're not that motivated to go. But being there with that many kids just like re-motivated me like to come to church, and just reminded me that there's so many kids who do the same thing we do. So that's what it was like.
That's awesome.
I love the music and everything. It really, it was powerful and very amazing. I wasn't really worried about the people watching me or anything. So yeah, I really loved the music. It was really great.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I know for me, does somebody want to share over here? Go ahead.
Okay, so like I said at the beginning, music was my favorite part. I mean, like Leah said, it's just so powerful. And me and Crystal one night were talking about the lyrics to this song. And a lot of times, like when you're standing in that huge auditorium with almost 1,000 people, you walk in and it's overwhelming. And I walked in the first time and I was like, this is a really big room, but this is also filled with people. And I was kind of like, this is really overwhelming. But once the music started and like Braden said, God just like entered the place and it was insane. And it was intense. That's the only word I have to
But that,
describe it.
you know, intense can be a very good thing. You know, it's just the feeling, the passion that you see in the words and stuff. I mean, in the songs that we sang, like, I'm telling you, there's not a day that hasn't gone by since we've been back from camp that I haven't sung in my head that song tonight, Lean Back, just because it's a very beautiful song. And the song about Christ being magnified, that's another song that's been in my head. So,
I did want to share.
yeah. Oh, did you want to share? Did
Yeah.
you want to share? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry. Here you go.
Josh Richard.
Okay, I probably should have raised my hand, but.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, okay, so, like, the room was really cramped at first, because like, you're like, oh, this is, like what Ellie said, like, the room's huge, but like, there's a bunch of people, so, like, it feels really cramped, and then, like, whenever the music starts, you're like, it doesn't feel as cramped for some reason, because
Yeah.
it's probably because like there's just like a really happy aura in there. So, and honestly, like the music, like it was really empowering to listen to because like the lyrics, like they kind of make you feel really empowered.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Anybody else want to share about that? Anybody else want to? Let me ask you guys just one or two more questions, and that'll be it. If you had, let me go ahead and ask this question, and anybody can answer actually this question. You can just show of hands or whatever. If you had the opportunity to go back, would you go?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would go? You would go? All right, so 2023, Emma has committed to going to Siloam. Let's go. Anyway, but it was really powerful. It was a very strong, moving sort of time. You know, for me, it was just amazing because you'd think like, okay, at Cold Springs, you know, it's a small camp, but we really didn't get to be together just as a group. But at Siloam, you think, oh man, you wouldn't really because of some, yet we spent a lot of time together. And I really think that was an amazing and wonderful experience. Let me ask you, and I just want a couple of you to answer, if you feel comfortable. What did God teach you during the week?
To not judge people so fast.
I was gonna say that.
Because I judge people so fast based on what they look like. And at first I was like, oh, well, those kids look rude, which were the kids that we were dorming it with. They looked like they were gonna be the rich snobs that I thought they were gonna be, but they weren't. They're really sweet and really nice. And yeah, just not judge people so fast based on what they look like.
Silas, go ahead.
One of the things that God taught me was probably to be more involved in things because, which is why it's one of the main reasons I'm actually talking. But like, at first I was like barely involved in literally anything. But I kept on trying to keep on being more involved in some of the stuff we did. So, yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead, Malachi. And give it to Malachi.
I personally felt that I was taught to like feel more comfortable around people I don't know. Because it turns out some of them can be very sweet, some can be very nice, and that I shouldn't just like distance myself from people I don't know. And that I probably should listen more when told to do stuff, you know, that doesn't always turn out the best when you don't.
Okay. Well, awesome. Yeah. Well, and that happens sometimes. Yeah, and drink water, right? Water is very important. All right.
Drink water.
All right. Somebody up on the panel.
I didn't pass out.
Will you go ahead and hand that to Allison, please? Allison, what about you? What did God teach you during the week?
Okay, so one of the biggest questions I've always asked just about like being a Christian is like how, if there are like so many different religions, then how do you know for sure that yours is the one that's right? And like I've asked that question a couple times, and the only answer people have ever gave me is like, just believe. And I'm like, okay. Okay, but the first day, the guy preached about how the Bible is real, and he gave like actual evidence, like on how there's so many different authors that wrote the Bible over so many different years, and all the stories come together, and there's so many different prophecies, and God fulfills all the prophecies, and he gave like archaeological evidence, and it was just really amazing all the evidence he gave. And it really just opened my eyes and reminded me that the Bible is for sure real, and we can know that it is, and it is the truth. And then another thing I told myself, or I asked myself before I was going to camp, was I would always ask myself if I was being like a good enough like Christian. And I'm always kind of going back and forth, like, can I do this? Can I do that? And then I try to do this because I try to be good enough. But the answer I got at camp was no, because if you're asking yourself to just be good enough, then that's not what you're trying to do, because you need to be the best that you can be for God, because that's like going to whatever sport you play and just trying to be good enough. Like you need to be your best for God. So those are two really big things that God showed me.
That's awesome. Anyone else? No? All right. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys sharing and just showing what God laid on your heart. I think we all wanted, if we all shared, we would have quite a long time here. Because I think every one of us in some way, shape, or form, we were challenged in that. I'm convinced that how we came wasn't the same way that we left. And even though like, you know, we had a lot of fun and there was a lot to do, there was some real deep moments that we had. There's some real deep, like things like I loved how we got to go kayaking on Thursday. That was such a cool way of doing it. I know some of you, it was kind of a little treacherous and you survived. But you know, it was such an amazing thing. And so, guys, thank you so much. Y'all give them a hand for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Guys, that was awesome and wonderful. Well done. Y'all can go ahead and sit down. I have, that I want to show you guys, I have our camp video, okay? All right. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I could not cram everything into the video,
I think you should have.
all the pictures, but I did put a lot. So sit back and enjoy. Crystal, can you get the lights, please? And by the way, hey, y'all that went, what do y'all say to Christy and Crystal for putting up with all of us? What do you think? Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. And so here, I'm hoping that this is not going to have any sound issues, but we'll find out.
really good.
That's the thing is that.
That's cute.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. But that's the thing is that all the experiences, like even like, the videos of y'all jumping to Humpty Dumpty.
That was
During
so
high-
fun.
during high.
It was like fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's just those moments that enabled you to have the experience of worship that you had. And it led to the life changes that you had. It led to the decisions that some of you had made. We didn't have anybody go forward except Christ, but I feel like that there were moments that each of us were challenged to live differently in our faith. And if anything, for those of you that may have went and never accepted Christ, maybe this is a seed. It was a powerful moment. And just to see how you guys adapted to something totally brand new. You allow God to work through your fears, you allow God to work through your uncertainties. And you had a powerful experience with God that I think you will treasure for the rest of your lives. It's a blessing for me to be your youth pastor and take you to a place that I was a teenager at. And to sit in the same pavilions that I sat with you and shared with you about God, about Christ, was an amazing sort of moment. And I think we'll go back. I think we'll do this again. I think this is a great time, And so for those of you that didn't get to go, next year, 2023, you should come. If you graduated and you're like, oh man, I missed out on the boat. No, you can come and hang out as a chaperone. I'm always looking for like a dude to come hang out with me as a chaperone. Okay. And I'll bring you treats and it'll be cool. We'll have cool dude time. Just, when you get the boss people around, that's the greatest part. I know Will's coming next year. I'm looking forward to Will, but hey, if I have like 3 chaperones, that'd be awesome. 3 male chaperones would be really awesome. Because I know there's at least 2 days to where I missed breakfast. I'm not saying who, but but anyway, no. But it was a great experience, and I'm so grateful for those of you that went. And here's the thing: those of you that helped out with fundraising, I want to say thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. So. Now here's the challenge. Don't let it be a bookshelf. Don't let it be something that you put on a bookshelf and be like, that was a great experience. Hold on to it and live it out. Live it out. That's all we got tonight. Thank you guys once again. Another round of applause. Make some noise for those that shared tonight. Because hey, that was very brave. That was very brave. So, Brandon. Yes, Brandon. What? I'm a little bit nervous about this.
Why are your dogs coming uncaged? Because my dog hurts. That's why.
One thing I would like to say is, I think we can all agree that we feel bad for that bench. Me, Chris, Noah, Ethan, Jared.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why I didn't video that bench.
I can say that we all somehow survived the bench. And number 2, one of my favorite parts, one of my all-time favorite parts of camp is GP. If you know, you know.
And if you don't know, you don't want to know. What happens in the cabin stays in the cabin, right? Unless it's illegal. Anyway, so I had the need to say that. Let me go ahead and end the stream.